Well, hello everybody, and welcome back to another edition of Backstop Banter. It is it's your boy hosting as always. Connie.
Listen. Sorry, we need some air horns as soon as you say that. Backstop banter. Wah wah wah. We need to make that happen.
Michael, we might. It's possible, maybe. I don't know.
You need to do that. That would be pretty cool.
Wait, what's this background music that I'm seeing? Daydreaming? What's this?
No, don't click it. Don't do it. Do you want to do it?
Hey,
In this week.
what's dance pop? Hold on. Okay.
I don't hear it yet. Oh. Yeah. The Reds took on the Brewers. That turned out to be a slaughter. Brewers with a couple of grand slams, it seemed like. Beat the Reds 18-3 yesterday, followed by 10-8, I think it was today. No, 10-5 maybe. I could see us doing a show like that with a bunch of highlights. Backstop. Backstop. Banter.
Hold on, Michael. Look, we need to make it louder. Hold on.
I just wonder if they can hear this actually on Colorcast, or if they just hear us.
No, on Colorcast they can't.
They can't? This is
being played through the StreamYard.
So it's not going on Colorcast then, right?
Yeah, StreamYard has like a background music thing now.
Yeah.
Which is interesting.
Anyway.
How you doing?
StreamYard. You know what? I'm doing okay. I can't complain. Work has been rough. Got up at 4 o'clock this morning. Got to work at 5.
That's
got
disgusting.
home from work at 2:30. Actually, I didn't leave work till 2:20.
Yeah, Josh, why don't you calm down there, bud? All right?
Am I seeing this right? What's he seeing right?
No, he said, what am I seeing right now?
Oh,
because we were jamming out.
You should have heard my freestyle I had going on there.
Did you not hear the background music, Josh, that we were jamming to, bro? Come on.
Otherwise, it's just kind of weird. But anyways, day's been pretty good. Me and my son, we were hanging out here at the house for a little bit, wrestled some. Then he was just wanting to hang out with me. So you know what? We actually went to our high school around here and watched a couple innings of baseball. And that was a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun. Kind of watching back to the younger days of playing sports. And my son, actually, the high school that's close by, there's a baseball field here, and right next to it, adjacent, is the softball field. Both games are going on. A softball came over to where we were. A young adult, handed it to my son, and he got to run it over to the girls and give it to him. It was a lot of fun, and he kept asking questions, so it was just nice. He probably knew more about baseball than Josh did, so it was fun talking about what was going on there. Well, we haven't had our baseball 102 yet, so.
True, that's true.
Josh, did you like the live concert, though?
Yeah, facts. I thought it was fun. I thought it was fantastic. If I'm being honest. And he got to hear his uncle call.
And he got to hear him. Yes. And honestly, Mark, shout out. He was, as we were watching the game, he goes, I want to do what Uncle Mark's doing. And I was like, what are you talking about? You just want to go up in the booth? He goes, no, I want to bat and call out people's names. Because, he's calling out everyone that came up to bat, playing the little music and stuff. I was like, oh, so you want to be like Uncle Mark and call out the hitters as they come up? You're like, yeah. I was like, okay.
I mean, hey. I would do that.
Of course.
They better have some good walk-up songs, because they're not playing no whack music.
If you could pick a walk-up song right now, on the spot, what would it be?
I've always been a very big fan of Believe Me by Drake and Lil Wayne.
Okay. I mean, that works, I guess. I like it.
Well, what would you pick?
I always would go with Here Comes the Boom.
That's a little corny.
Why's that? Here Comes the Boom.
I feel like, you know what it reminds me of? Bench Warmers.
What's that? Bench Warmers? Why is that? Is it in that movie?
Yeah, it is. That's when the dude comes out that writes the I Am 12 thing. I'm pretty sure that's the song that plays when he's pitching.
Really? Okay. Because I always think of Here Comes the Boom from
that and The Longest Yard too.
Kevin, what's Kevin Hart? in the MMA where he's a teacher and he becomes a.
No, Michael.
Is the name of that movie Here Comes the Boom? I think it is, ain't it?
Actually, it is. I don't. It's not Kevin Hart. I thought that was Kevin James.
You're right, Kevin James.
All right, see,
it was Kevin.
Gucci Gang. Come on, bro. What are we talking about, Josh? Really? That's just half the team coming out to the baby. You know what?
Kevin James. Yes,
that's
Kevin
not bad. That's not bad either. See, look, Michael don't know his movies. Unbelievable. What are we gonna do with it, Mike?
I knew the name of the movie and everything, but I will say I really love the music that was playing. Shout out to my brother who was picking it because sometimes you forget the old baseball songs. You like to put me in, coach. I'm ready to play.
Hey.
And then a couple other songs came on, and I was singing them with my son. Of course, he's 5. He's like, "Dad, what are you doing?" I'm like, "What do you mean? What am I doing? These are really good songs."
Me, Dad.
Yeah, of course, a couple of the songs from Without a Paddle, which I don't know if you know.
No, not a clue.
You've never watched the movie Without a Paddle?
Not one time.
Oh my goodness, you need to watch it. Like after this show, go watch it. Don't do anything else. Cheap Seats by Alabama, of course.
A lot of things to do.
Really, like it's top 5 movies of all time. It really is.
Of all time. Interesting.
Actually, Mark, is the game still going on? Like, are you talking to us here on our stream while the game is still going? Because we left after the 3rd inning. My son is 5. We couldn't handle it.
Isn't it like 8:00?
It's 9:00.
Oh,
okay,
yeah.
No, he said the game's over. But
bro, what baseball will be going on at 9:10?
Well, it started at 6:30. I don't know. It was really weird. Like our home team batter got on first base. They pitch ran for him. And after that inning, like the guest team had no clue what was going on. Like there was a 20-minute meeting, it seemed like, I'm exaggerating, of trying to figure out, okay, this dude ghost ran, if you will, and where's he supposed to go in the batting order? It was just crazy.
An interesting development.
Yes. And everybody's like, what's going on? I was like, I think they're trying to figure out where to go fishing. But anyways, how are you doing, Anthony?
Michael, I have a sad news to report, Michael.
You've been fired from the Renegades already.
Oh, absolutely not. They love me. But no, after a 2-year hiatus, I finally got COVID.
Oh, did you really? I'm so sorry. I said that's kind of.
I finally got it.
Well,
so
how long have you had it?
I think I tested positive on Tuesday.
Okay.
So.
Well, welcome to the dark side. I had it in November.
I was like the last one that I knew that still hadn't gotten it. I'm so disappointed. So disappointed. Let's see. We got started waiting. The other team scored a lot of runs. It's because the guy that came into pitchers list says DH, and they brought him to the pitchers DH. Something was off there.
You know, it happens. But how are you feeling then? I mean,
I'm all right. Just an annoying, nasty, dirty cough, and I got a stuffy nose, and then I sneeze like 100 times, and then my nose turns runny, and then it goes back to being stuffed. It's quite an annoying cycle.
Right, understand.
There's been worse. There has been worse.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. I mean, it was rough on me. That's all I'm going to say. I went to the hospital like 2 different times trying to get admitted. One time I thought I was dying, but I didn't die, so we're good.
Hopefully I'm not there. So I've had it for 3 days. I think I should be all right.
Well, you've been vaccinated too, right?
I am, man.
So it's supposed to be easier for you guys?
Apparently.
I took it like a champ.
Love that for you. But yeah, other than that, school's about to be over.
How's the family doing, though?
Everybody. I'm the only one that has it. I had some events to attend. Nan's chilling. Nan is chilling.
Okay.
I had some events to attend, and then actually today, because I emailed my professor saying I wasn't going to be there tomorrow, obviously, and she was like, well, you're also the 3rd person in the class to say that you have it, so I guess it's kind of going, because my professor has it, that I emailed her. She wasn't there on Tuesday because she had it, and then I actually got an email yesterday from my professor for my afternoon class, and we're not having class in person because his son tested positive. Apparently, he's negative. So I guess it's going around a little bit right now over here, but we'll be all right.
Now, not that I'm trying to get into the whole politics or anything with that matter, but is it kind of something going around big in New York? People still catching it?
I can only speak from where I am.
Right.
I mean, I don't know how the city is, but no, I don't really know that many people that have it or have. I mean, I know plenty of people that got it.
Right, but not currently.
No. Like,
okay.
Yeah, no. So I don't know.
Well, that's good because it kind of seems like it's a past thing now or a dying thing.
Hopefully it is. But other than that, school. Like I said, school's about to end. Good. I got Renegades is fun. Have I been on since I started?
I don't think so.
That's a crazy thing. I haven't. Yeah, so it's a lot of fun.
I think you have one time, but you didn't really talk too much about it. So let's hear about it.
I didn't think I had been on yet.
You did, because you talked about the picture that you sent to us and what you was doing in it, I think.
Yeah, but I don't think I've been on the stream.
Are you sure?
I don't think so. Because you had Ethan on, and then it was my birthday, and we didn't do a show.
Okay. So, well, let's hear about Renegades then.
Yeah, it's fun. Obviously, it's the single A affiliate, well, the high A affiliate of the Yankees. They have some pretty solid players. Austin Wells is on that team. He's the fourth ranked prospect, like in the Yankee organization. I think he's like,
oh, cool.
I think he's in the 80s on the top 100 list. Their first round pick from a year ago, Trey Sweeney's on that team as well. Yeah, it's fun. I see when I was hired, I was told I was going to do like camera and stuff like that. I've done camera once out of like maybe the 7 games I've done. I've been doing graphics. Which has been a lot of fun. So, like when the batter comes up and that thing at the bottom pops up of like, batting 307, 4 home runs. I'm the person that puts that up on screen.
Okay.
So that has
How
been
many times have you messed up?
There's been a handful of times, and I will say there's been a couple that have been my fault, but I'm not to toot my own horn here. A lot of it has been the producer and not me. I don't know if you want to shade at anybody either.
Do you really want to just say not toot my own horn? That's like all you do is toot your own horn.
Listen, I wasn't tooting my own horn in this situation. You know what I mean?
Oh, okay. So there's a difference. Gotcha.
Listen, Michael, when you're right like me, you got to toot the horn. What else am I supposed to do? No, but like there's been times where I'm told to like put up the batter graphic or the pitcher graphic, and then all of a sudden, like they go to a replay instead, and it's just like, well, you told me to do that. I followed your direction, but then you went to a replay. It's like, what are you doing? What are we talking about here?
Right.
So, but it's fun. I do definitely enjoy it. My first day there, I was supposed to do a camera, and then I got told I was going to be on graphics. And like my orientation, I remember he said that when you do graphics, somebody will be there with you because obviously it's a new thing for you guys. Blah blah blah. I'm like, all right, cool. So I'm in the office. I'm in the office, and I'm like, all right, I'm doing graphics, and I'm like, somebody's going to be up there with me, right? He's like, oh yeah, I'll be up there with you. Showing you everything. Game starts. Nobody was in there the entire time. Just me the entire time. Thankfully, it's not the most complicated thing in the world. It's literally all preloaded and it automatically updates. So like, there's also like a stat. I don't think it's StatCast, but it's like a person in the booth with us that like inserts what happens. So like things update. So if somebody gets out, like he inputs it on the computer, it updates. And then there's this button I press that's like that automatically updates who the batter is. So I have to wait for the batter to change like on a different screen. And then on my screen, I can put that batter's graphic up. And obviously, if I don't wait long enough, then the previous batter's thing will come up. So it obviously looks dumb if I have the wrong batter up. So it's just little things like looking out for that. And yeah, but I am definitely having fun. It's more enjoyable than cutting fruit. I'll tell you that. and I'm enjoying it. I'm definitely enjoying it.
Well, that's good. Awesome. Hopefully it leads to bigger and better things for you, my guy.
Michael, so do I. I certainly do.
Are you allowed to interact with the players any? Do you even get the opportunity?
No.
I mean, obviously you can't go
I'm
up to
not.
like, hey, son.
Apparently I'm not, because I was like joking around, and one of our camera people caught one of the players at like the end of the game or the beginning of the game, I can't remember, signing autographs. I was like, Dan, I want to go down and get an autograph. Like, you can't do that. And I was like, interesting. I was like, they're like, yeah, it's in the handbook. And I was like, oh, I did not read that.
Oh, that handbook. Gotcha.
I signed it, did not read it.
Yeah, it's in the handbook.
A little disappointed on that end, but
Right.
we'll survive. We'll survive.
Understand. My brother actually, come to think of it, one that's been commenting on here in Facebook. I don't know if he's still on here. They're going to be up in New York soon. I think, in June. They're going to go to a Yankees Rays game.
Oh yeah, June what?
June Rays series.
Yeah, see, look at this guy.
June 14th.
Oh, I'll be away.
Oh, okay.
I'll be in Carolina.
Oh, well, you guys will probably pass along the way then.
Well, I fly down to Carolina on the 13th, so
Okay.
Make sure you find a co-host for those 2 weeks. Since Michael, I hate to break it to you, not going to be.
That's fun. Well, the week after the 14th, be close. Actually, I think we'll be fine. Anniversary is June 26th. So,
how many years is that, Michael?
Yep.
What?
Yep.
What?
I'm trying to count.
That's crazy. Good thing your wife is not listening right now.
I think it'll be 13 years.
How do you think, Michael?
It's 09, so 09 to whatever 22. So yeah, 13.
Michael, let's do simple math here. That's 1 year, makes it 10. Another 10 years makes it 20. That's 11. And then we're in 2022. That's another 2 years.
Or 09 to 2019's 10 plus the 3 more to 22.
I don't like it that way.
Okay.
I do math I have to break numbers down like that. I like to get to the round number and before I do everything else.
So did you learn like Common Core? Is that what it's called?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I've always done that though. I don't know if that's a Common Core thing.
That's
like if I was, I could do it in my head, but if I was adding like 9 plus 4, it's just easier to do 9 plus 1. That's 10, and then the 3.
I mean, I get what you're saying. I do. But it's so weird because they started doing that. I say started. It's probably been 5 to 10 years that they do that here in Kentucky now. And like everyone hates it as far as teachers and parents, because parents like, I didn't learn this way. Why are you doing this? I'm like, I mean, in a way, I kind of just did it mentally all this time. But now they're like, hey, this is the step. This is the step. I'm like, okay, it's not a step. You just do it.
Michael, shout out the New York Rangers, baby. 5-2 up on the Pittsburgh Penguins. That's right. I'm a hockey guy during the playoffs. Love hockey playoffs, by the way.
Only in the playoffs.
Only.
And you're not an Islander fan?
No. Rangers fan.
I thought you were an Islanders fan.
No. Bleed blue and red, baby.
Okay. All right. Well, I'm a Red Sox fan. Red Wings fan. Sorry, wrong sport. And I was a Red Wings fan in the 90s when they were really good. I don't even know what goes on in hockey anymore. Back in the 90s when the Red Wings were really good, they used to have the puck on NBC used to be highlighted in blue so you could actually keep up with it.
Right? Yeah.
It was so nice.
I've always heard people complain about it.
Why? Because you could see the puck better.
Listen, I don't know what to tell you.
It distracted me to keep up with the puck better.
Michael, how about we take a look at some baseball?
Let's look at baseball since
it's only been 20 minutes and we haven't done that at all.
You know what?
Look, I'm even going to bring up the ESPN standings right here, Michael. Look at that.
Okay.
Of course you are. What a sight. What a sight. Michael, this is going to be a very entertaining season. And I'll start with the Yankees because, first of all, Michael, they're the best team in baseball right now. Not opinion, just their record-wise. I'm just saying percentage-wise.
They are.
And I kind of want to start with them, too, because I'm like I'm excited to watch them. And it's not because they're my team. It's not this.
Mhm.
Michael, I forgot what like normal baseball was. Like you go back to the last 2 years, it was, unless they hit a home run, they weren't going to score. Nobody
Right.
stole bases. Their defense wasn't very good. It was just the fact that they could hit 6 home runs a game and beat you 7-5 that they would win games. And listen, don't get me wrong, it worked. They won 103 games one year. I think Aaron Boone won like 206 games in a 2-year stretch or something like that, or 201 games in a 2-year stretch. So
With
listen, it worked for
2020
them.
60 games?
What?
With the 2020 of just 60 games?
It might have been. Well, he took over at 18,
Oh,
so it
okay.
might have been 18, 19, and then obviously you know what happened in 20.
All right.
But like I forgot what it was, and this team is really different. Like you have DJ leading off once again, and this year he's healthy. Last year he worked through a sports hernia. He's back to batting in the upper 290s, low 300s. He was on like a 11-game hitting streak at one point.
Oh, wow.
He
Good.
was
He's on my
he's
fantasy
doing
team.
good. Judge obviously is doing what he does best. I think he's batting in the low 290s, has 9 home runs, which is tied for first in the MLB. Has I want to say somewhere in the 20s for RBIs. Unbelievable. He's been playing good. And then it's the things like Isaiah Kiner-Falefa, who everybody was like, oh, the Yankees went out and got this guy instead of going for Carlos Correa and Trevor Story, this, that. I think he's batting like 300, somewhere around there. A person who, Michael, like we've said before, is lost in the game, makes contact. Like he
Right.
just makes contact. He sticks the bat out, he puts the ball in play, and you kind of just end up seeing what happened. And a lot of the times, it's been good. Like I said, he's batting, I believe, somewhere in the 300s. So that's fun. And then, he's also pretty good at short. DJ is good at second. Rizzo is very good at first. And then you also look at Tim LeCastro, just a bench player for the Yankees. But he's fast. Like there's somebody on the team who can actually steal a base. And it's come up in late game situations. When they played oh man, it was a couple series ago. I can't remember now. I don't want to.
Blue Jays?
No, I don't think. Let me look up their schedule real quick on my phone. I believe it was when they played. It might have been the Royals. No, because it was a home game. Hold on. I don't know. Now I'm very confused. I don't know who they played when they did it. But they get a hit in the bottom of the 9th inning. Oh, it was the Guardians. That's who it was when they played the Guardians.
That's no wonder you forgot it because it's just Guardians.
You're right.
You mean the Indians? Gotcha.
But you get somebody on base, and then I think Stanton hit a single, and then they pinch run for Tim LeCastro. He steals second base and then scores on a single. Like those were things that could not happen, and I don't mean like didn't happen or they just didn't want to do them, whatever. Like they literally could not happen with the Yankees. And it's very entertaining to actually see it happening now. And it kind of just brings it back to what everybody says baseball used to be and how it was fun. But I like how the team's constructed. And honestly, this is just another year where I feel like people are going to make the mistake of, oh, their pitching isn't good enough. I sent it in a couple of days ago. They were like first in wins, ERA, strikeouts. Their bullpen, and I'm not exaggerating here. What's going on, Jimmy? Their bullpen might have 4 All-Stars in it, like very easily. I think Michael King right now has a 29-3 strikeout to walk ratio.
Oh wow!
Hasn't given up a run in like a month or something like that. Chapman still hasn't given up an earned run. Clay Holmes, who the Yankees picked up off the Pirates and was
Mhm.
just not very good, has turned into somebody who throws just absolute flying saucers up at the plate with his pitches.
Mhm.
It's a fun team. Like it's actually entertaining to watch. So, I'm excited for this team. I don't know if you've seen any of their games, if you've heard anything of it, but
I haven't, but I will say this. I was trying to share my screen while you're talking, and I can't. Probably because where yours is. I was going to try to take yours out. So I'll just talk to you from here. No, I don't want to do that. One thing that is very surprising to me is how well, I say surprising, is just how well this offense is already clicking for the Yankees. Just runs scored, they're 119, runs allowed 70. That's a differential of a plus 49. Looking at the rest of the whole division on MLB.com, you got the Rays with a plus 8. Then everyone else is already in a negative. Toronto's -8, Boston's a -18, of course, Baltimore's a -23. It's just this team is already hot. They're 18-7 on a 9-1 last 10.
yeah, they just went on that 11-game win streak.
Yeah, they're 10-3 at home, 8-4 and away. This team's really good right now. You already said Judge had 9 home runs. There's like 3 or 4 guys I want to say that's already got over 5 home runs on the team. And I don't even think anyone from the Reds has 5 home runs. So, it's not just a couple of guys that are leading the Yankees right now. It's all in the lineup that's going on. So, the Yankees may actually run away. And this is super early, so I'm not really like jumping into it big time. But, if they stay hot like this for the whole year, man, they got to be the front runners for the World Series. Just offensively, even with some of the pitchers that they do haven't pitching so well, like you're talking about. So, congratulations on having a team that's worth watching. I don't know what that's like.
And Michael, you know a stat that I think you'll find astonishing too.
Mm-hmm.
I want you to take a guess. Because obviously, I don't know like how many Yankees you ever watched, but
Left hand.
obviously,
No.
somebody who's watched a lot of them.
Mm-hmm.
The amount of strikes that Aaron Judge gets called against him that are below his knees, but because he's tall, it's still a strike anyway. Oh God, I got to sneeze. Hold on.
Thank you for muting on the stream, but not the color cast. Understand?
I can't do it on the color cast.
It's okay.
You know,
it's okay.
You guys will be all right.
As Matt says, bless you. How sweet is that?
See, what a guy. Yeah. What a guy.
I don't know. Did you see the spoiler that Christian put on there on the color cast?
I don't even think Christian has seen the movie yet. And if he has seen the movie and that's actually true, I will legitimately fly to California and kill him. So, anyway. Michael, I want you to take a guess from the moment that Judge got called up to right now. How many strikes below the knees he's gotten called on him?
Like that are actually balls, but
yes, that are a ball, but it gets called a strike.
Percentage or number?
No, it's a number.
Oh man, I'm shooting in the dark on that. How long has he been in the league?
I believe he got. I think 2017 is 2017 because that's when the Astros won the World Series.
So 5 years in the league, basically called up on at least. I'm going to say, I don't know why, 152.
Michael, I wish it was 333.
Okay, I was halfway there.
But can you imagine that, Michael? 333 strikes that have been called that way, even though they were a ball below his knees. That's unbelievable, and that's the other thing too. I don't know. I know that you follow John Boy, I believe at least. I don't know if you saw the breakdown of Aaron Boone getting ejected from the last game.
I haven't.
So Judge on his previous at bat, I believe there were 2 out. No, there was 1 out in the inning or something like that, and I think the Yankees had a runner on third, and it's a strike. It's a ball below his knees once again, as it has been, and the umpire calls it a strike. It's strike 3. Just a bad call and a turning point in the game, especially because it was a 2-1 game. And then the next at bat, kind of the same thing happens. I think it was an actual strike, but I think it was just a buildup of everything that had been going on. So Boone was mad.
Mhm.
He goes up to he gets thrown out, comes out of the dugout, throws his gum in the direction of the umpire, which is pretty funny. And then he's make the adjustment, make the adjustment, and he
Right.
goes he goes he's 6'7". He's 6'7", and it was very funny. They already have T-shirts out with it that says he's 6'7".
Oh yeah.
But yeah, 333 strikes have been called against him that were actually a ball.
Now, I hear you and I understand you. I'm totally fine. But I mean, how many people are really that tall? Like it would be hard to actually make that adjustment because these umps, and I mean, I guess I'm going to defend the umps a little bit. Like, every ball that they've ever seen has been in a certain range, at least somewhat close of a range. And I mean, it comes almost muscle memory to them to call certain pitches a certain way. Like, I would like to know, and you're probably not going to like the comparison here, but Altuve, is that from Astros? I wonder how many strikes have been called that are actually too high for him because of his.
Well, see, that's
short
the
time.
other thing though, is because the high, like Michael, the technical strike zone is
Is
from your
numbers,
chest.
letters to the belt, or I'm sorry,
Yeah, it's
letters
your
to the
chest to your
knees.
knee, to the top of the knee.
Right.
I could not tell you the last time I've actually seen a strike at the top of the zone called like that.
Right.
So I wonder if he really does get those calls like that because it's not called anyway.
Right.
But I mean,
Shout out John
and
Boy.
don't get me wrong, I kind
Go
of
give us some
understand it in a
info.
way because you're right. Every pitch that they've ever seen, that probably is a strike for a normal person, but
Mhm.
Judge is 6'7". And listen, you're getting paid how much money to be a professional umpire? You can't make an adjustment for one player on 3 at bats a game? Really?
I mean, I don't think it's that big of a deal, to be honest with you.
Michael. 333 pitches his entire career?
For
You know
5
how many?
years,
That's the most by anybody, by far.
he's 6'7".
Yeah, and how many 3-2 counts should have been
I
the
mean,
ones
he's
he
not
should have
on my
called on?
team. If he's on my team, I'd probably be more passionate about it. But
I
I
don't think
get your
no,
point.
I'm not sitting here,
I
thinking
guess
about it at
passion's not
night.
the right word. I'm saying just like more like think it's meaningful. But like the dude's 6'7", like he's already got a bigger strike zone than most people already.
And they're making it even bigger. How dare they?
So I mean, but at the same time, the dude's a professional batter. Like it's been called a strike on him for 5 years now. He should know it's going to be called a strike, right?
Yeah,
And I'm not saying that in a defensive way, like, hey, you do better yourself, because technically it's a ball that's being called a strike. So he shouldn't
it's tough
have
out
to
here.
adjust that far. So, I mean,
Michael, let's move on though. We'll go to some other teams here.
I'm more into this spoiler over here that Christian's trying to flirt with on us.
Christian, stop spoiling the
They
movie because I'm gonna be
big name
dumb
actor
tight.
playing big name role.
Get out of my. Go text Michael on the side
Oh, is the X-Men finally in this?
because I'll be so tight if any of this happens.
I hope. I really want Gambit. Gambit is my favorite X. Who's your favorite X-Men?
I've never seen the X-Men.
Oh my! I haven't seen all the movies. I used to watch the cartoons.
Never seen it.
You know who's in it for sure. You've never seen any of the cartoons X-Men? I mean, I know you're a
Not a
baby
single one.
still,
Not a
but
single one.
like Gambit, he's the one with like the cards, the aces that he would throw. Like, come on, like really? You
Not a
don't,
clue.
dude? He was tough. That's all
I
I'm
know
gonna say.
Wolverine. That's about it.
Really? That's all you know of the X-Men? Like Cyclops, Jane,
Not really.
the Beast. I'm trying to think. Nightcrawler, Storm. You don't know any of these X-Men?
Not really. No.
Aren't they Marvel too?
Probably. Have they had any movies made about them?
I'm hoping they're about to, because it's been rumored that X-Men is supposed to be making an appearance soon.
God damn, the Rangers are jumping this Pittsburgh player. Oh, he took out the goalie. That's why. Okay.
Christian, is it X-Men? I just need to know that.
Yeah, so text him off to the side.
Text me on Colorcast if it's X-Men.
Boston Red Sox 10-16. Now, coming into the season, I had them competing with the Yankees, and it's not looking good right now. Their pitching is terrible.
What's pitching?
Like, it is
What's
very,
baseball?
Very
At least they're in double-digit wins. Can we just move on?
Yeah, Michael.
Looking at this.
You do have a sad life. You know, Michael, fine. Let's go down to your team. Because
you actually have the Red Sox winning 90 games, and you got the Yankees winning 92.
I might have to change that up. Michael,
Yeah,
3-22. 3-22. How the hell are they?
Professor X.
Like, they are 14.5 games back already.
Yeah.
It's like it's the first week of May.
Team. And it was a late start of the season, too.
Like, what are we talking about here? What's the problem here, Michael?
Baseball.
Besides the fact that they traded every single player.
Practice. Listen, all I'm saying is I'm glad I have a baseball show with you, because if I didn't, all I would want to do is watch the Reds, and I would already be done watching the Reds. Like,
yeah.
Everyone, I don't even think we have a starter batting over 250.
That's crazy.
Like, now that I say that, I'm going to go back to MLB.com. You still stay on your page. I'm going to see if I can pull up the game today.
We're going to stay here. Don't you worry.
Because it should.
Michael, you should be very nervous on this.
What's that?
The New York Mets, who I believe in the 60s, lost 130 games.
Yeah, we're going to be close to that. I'm not scared of it all.
Team of all time.
We're going to be the worst baseball team.
Michael, they had 7 wins at the 25-game period. You're 4 behind already.
Yeah. So just from the starting lineup today, let's see here. I'm not even going to say the names. I'm just going to say the batting averages. Okay?
All right.
Lead off. Batting 111.
Oof.
Let's see here. Next, 240, 231, 247, 241. Oh, 263.
Oh.
Mm-hmm. And then we got a 190. This dude is actually batting 357, but he's not played that much. So,
okay. So it doesn't count.
He doesn't count. Yeah. Our DH for the day, batting 0.
Michael, keep talking. I got to grab a tissue.
Okay. So, I mean, let me see if I can actually pull this up. And sadly, today was Hunter Green, our starter. He pitched 2 2/3 inning with 9 hits, 8 runs, 8 earned runs with 1 base on ball, 7 strikeouts, but 5 home runs. Somebody made a comment today saying that actually the Brewers should hire Hunter Green to pitch home run derby for the All-Star break for the Brewers. Yes, that sucked and that hurt. But with that being said, I know you're probably still grabbing your tissue, so I'm trying to just stall this. I'm going to try to go to the Reds homepage and look at more of who's hurt. Because everyone's been on the IL. Did you actually step away from your computer to get it?
I did. No, I had my AirPods in though, so I can hear you.
Okay, so you heard me about the home run derby thing?
Yeah.
Funny.
That's a tough life. That's a tough life.
Yeah, let's see here. Injury. This is injury update, but because I want to say this is the second time Senzel's been on the injury or the IL. Votto's on there for COVID, actually.
I did see that.
Let's see here. Lodolo.
How much longer does Votto have on that contract?
Next year.
Jeez. Wasn't he batting like 111?
We don't want to talk about that. India's back out with a hamstring. See your concussion for Tyler Stevenson, but he was playing today. This has been a few days ago. Let's see here. Mike Moustauskas was on the IL. I mean, I wish there was a list instead of me trying to go down through all that. But everyone's been hurt this year, and it's been redonkulous. But I'm still a Reds fan.
Oh, are you really though?
I mean, I'm a Reds fan. I mean, I'm cheering for the Blue Jays. I've got to have somebody to actually cheer for. Okay, let me be. I'm still a Reds at heart. I still have all my bobbleheads over here on some shelves, but I'm just going to cheer for the Blue Jays this year. In 2024, when the Reds win the World Series, I'm going to be the biggest Reds fan. Okay,
that's a statement. That's a statement. Michael, are there any surprise teams in here for you? I'm going to go. Oh, look, I'll even go down the list for you nice and slowly.
Yeah, let me blow it up here real quick.
Once you go down that list, look at this.
I mean, Boston kind of surprised me at being that low. Minnesota, I won't say I'm surprised by it because I think I had them being number 2 under White Sox, which White Sox 4 games back or 3.5 back.
Yeah, you want to talk about injuries. They've had some injuries.
Mm-hmm. Did Robert get hurt today? Lewis Robert, was that today that he collided into Wrigley Field's wall on a catch?
Oh, I did not see that.
I seen a highlight on it, and he was just kind of fudging to it, and then he threw the ball back in, and I was just a highlight of the catch. But I'm really happy that the Angels are in first place.
Very happy.
I want to say I had them, and of course we're just 27 games in, but I had the Seattle winning this division, followed by Houston. I think I've got the list here.
Let's take a deep dive into the Angels. Because I know Trout has been back on his business.
Trout has been hot, yes.
Let's go to their stats right here. Look at this.
Sounds good.
Look at Trout.
Trout's batting 316.
316.
6 home runs.
Dingers.
Walsh 18 RBIs.
Yeah, not bad. Ohtani got 4 stolen bases. Wow.
Oh wow. I mean, all of a sudden everyone's stealing bases.
Oh, you know what? Follow me.
I like a stolen base. I think it adds a little more drama to the game. It adds a little more flavor. But last year it was almost a complete obsolete thing to do.
Oh,
so
no,
I'm glad it's back.
Nobody steals bases. I mean, it was just unbelievable.
Yeah.
You know, that's the crazy thing, too. Like, offense is still down around the league, like, a lot.
Like they said, it's the world's worst batting average as a whole.
Wow, really? Now, I know. Well, you know the reason, too, right?
Are you going to say the shift? Come on, let's hear it.
No.
Oh, okay.
I mean, it's part of it, but
because the baseballs aren't juiced.
Well, but all teams have to have a humidifier now, where they have to place the baseballs in them before the game.
Oh,
and before it was only like certain teams would use them. So you play in LA, and the baseball does this, and then you play in Colorado and it does this, and then you play in Texas it does this. They're trying to take that away so that everything's more consistent because that's the one thing the MLB really can't get right. Like, they juice the balls, didn't tell anybody about it. Mm-hmm. Then people found out, got mad. So they only juiced the balls when it was a big game. Then people found out about that, got even madder. And now everybody has to place the balls in the humidifier, and now there's no offense. I mean,
unless you play the Reds.
Yeah, Michael, you make an excellent point.
Because the Brewers have scored, I think, 28 runs in the last 2 days.
That's
it's tough.
What is it? 3-22, right?
It's 3. I don't even care about the lost column anymore.
Well, okay? You won on opening day. I remember that. You were on top of the world.
Yeah.
And then how'd you do after that? Did you win any more games that series?
We won 2. Actually, we split. It was a 4-game series with the Braves. We won 2 and lost 2.
So you have 2/3 of your wins from the first
week.
Oh, brother, Michael.
Yeah, we lost, I think, 13 in a row. I thought you was pulling up the Reds. Are you pulling up the Reds?
No, I wasn't. I mean, I should. I think I will.
Go ahead. It's fine.
3-22. Yeah, okay. Let's go to stats here. Let's see how terrible everybody's doing. Your batting leader is batting 247.
Yes, sir. And he's leading with 4 home runs and on base percentage at .344.
Oh yeah, that's
And
astonishing.
do you even know who that is?
Tommy Pham, I do know who that is.
Okay. Votto is batting 122.
22, yeah.
Who's his batting 049? Oh, we released him.
Oh, you did? You released Anquino?
Yeah.
As you should. Ooh, tell you your boy Tyler Stevenson batting 263 though.
Mm-hmm. And he had a concussion. Like he's been on IL twice now already in the 27 games, as well as Senzel.
Like, you know, that's scary. The fact that literally everybody has a negative WAR besides Tommy Pham. How about listen, why don't we try pitching? Let's see how that
our pitching's horrible. I mean, our team is horrible.
Your team leader has a 7.01 ERA.
It's not switched over here yet. There he goes. Team leaders wins 1.
Wow. Yeah. Michael, we went down the batting averages. Let's go down the ERAs. 7.01, 8.86, 8.71, a good 13.78. Oh yeah. 5.52.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, this is just.
Oh, you're not going to say the 1.8? Come on, man.
Oh, where's that? Oh,
it was the one that you stopped on. But he's only pitched for 14.
Oh, hey, that's 2 starts.
He's our ace. Actually, it says he's pitched in 9 games.
Oh, so he's a reliever.
I guess, even though it says starting pitcher. We don't know what our team is. We just, you know what? Here's a baseball. Just go throw it. We got 1 save. Watch out now.
That's astonishing. I can't. The fact it really says team leaders and it has a 7.01 ERA.
Listen, that really blows my mind. Who is our best pitcher? Which still we don't have Luis Castillo. He's not pitching. He's hurt. But Hunter Green has 20. I think it said 29, 25 strikeouts or something like that. And he gave up 5
some power rankings here too. We might have to take a look at these.
I can tell you who's in last.
Well, I would hope so. Oh, look at that. Yankees are in first though. All right, Yankees are first, 18-7. See, Michael, I disagree already. I got the Mets for number 2. Not the Dodgers. I know the Dodgers are the sexy pick.
Mm-hmm.
But, like, first of all, the Mets literally have a better record. I mean, I guess they're 18-9. The Dodgers are 16-7. So, I mean, I guess it evens out.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know how I feel like the Mets are out here.
I feel like Mets should be number 2.
Yeah, no, I think the Mets should be number 2. And, you know, Michael, I just like to point out, you know, a lot of people are saying, oh, you know, it's not going to work. You can't just throw a team together. I tried telling you it was going to work, and I'm right.
I said 3 years. Actually, you were horrible wrong last year. You said that it was going to be great last year.
Michael, this is last year. We're talking about this year where I said it was going to work.
You said last year that they would be great.
Like, I picked them to go to the World Series this year.
You did. White Sox and
Mets.
Mets.
The White Sox.
But
don't tell me. And you know, Michael, you know what?
You said last year that this team would be great because Cohen did not care to spin. I said, I agree with you, but I don't think you can change that culture that they had going on, and it'll take at least 2 to 3 years. I said more 3 than 2, but I said it'll take a while. I didn't think they'd be this good yet. Now, will they keep it up? Who knows? But I can't take credit.
And that's going to come to fruition in July. Beware. You see, I disagree with that because
July 1st.
Here's the thing, right? Watching the Mets as a fellow New Yorker all these years, they would have never done what they did in that top sentence. They designated Robinson Cano for assignment.
Mm-hmm.
And he still owed $45 million over the next 2 years. If this was the previous ownership, they would never, ever have done that because, listen, we got to pay him anyway. You might as well keep him on the team. And then you would have had to decide.
And that's fair.
you would have had to option Dominic Smith probably down to the minors, where he got off to a slow start, but a lot of people think that he's a very good hitter. So why would you would be making your team worse realistically. So that's where, to me, it becomes a different thing because the new ownership is like, all right, listen, just tell me what you would do as a baseball move.
Mm-hmm.
They say we should get rid of him, and Steve Cohen goes, $45 million over the next 2 years. Let me make one phone call. I got that in the ashtray in my car real quick. So I think it's a little bit different now. It's not, the previous ownership where they were still pinching pennies even though they were in New York, which didn't make any sense to anybody. San Francisco at number 4, a little surprising here. First of all, a 14-10 team being number 4 in the rankings. Like, can nobody win this year?
And previously ranked 2nd.
Yeah, which is wild. I just, it's so weird for me because, like, even going back to last year, I kept waiting for the Giants to just be terrible. And, like, they weren't ever at one point last year.
Mm-hmm.
So for them to be off to another good start, good on them.
Mm-hmm. Especially without Longoria.
Round out the top 5 with the Brewers, 17-8. I know Lily is ecstatic right now.
I think after this week, with the new rankings go out, I think Milwaukee jumps big time. How do you not have them jump when they scoring 28 runs on a team? Even because if they are because it's the Reds. Still, though, like that Rowdy dude, I mean, he hammered that grand slam.
And you want to know why I know he did good? Because in MLB The Show, he's currently a 90 overall for like the next 48 hours. Michael, speaking of MLB The Show, you know who I pulled?
Who's that?
Our boy, TJ Antone.
Oh, did you really?
Oh, yeah.
Sorry, that made me excited.
I got him out of a pack.
Nice.
I quick sold him, but I still got him. Had to quick sell him, though.
Oh, wow. What a jerk.
Michael, he's only 78.
It doesn't matter. He's been on our show.
Michael, he's only 78. I'm here to win, okay?
Wow.
He was no help to the team.
Shout out TJ for coming on the show. Thank you so much. I even bought your
shout out. Love to have him back on, but he was no help to the team, Michael.
Pitiful.
We go down to 6 with the Blue Jays. Losers. Sorry.
It's okay.
16-10 at number 6. Fitting spot. They're 16-10 right now, and honestly, their offense hasn't even done anything really. Everybody.
You know what? I'm sorry. I got to interrupt you here. How do you have a paragraph about the Blue Jays and with the names highlighted in the blue there, and you don't see Vlad Jr. on there? I don't care what you're saying.
Michael, because they're talking about some of the bad things.
Doesn't matter. You still have to say that Vlad is leading this team, even though other players are struggling. Vlad is
Michael, he's struggling too.
I mean, he struggles when he struggles, but then he kills it. I think he hit a 2-run shot today.
That he did.
Okay.
Yeah, he did. I saw that. Padres at 7 with the 16-9 as well. I like that. Mike Clevenger finally did come back.
At Hampton by Hilton, contactless arrival means she can skip the front desk. Go straight to her room.
Is there an ad on
unlock
here?
her
yes,
door.
There is. See? ESPN.
Wow.
You're killing me here. Mike Clevenger is back now. Love that.
Mm-hmm.
Yu Darvish has been unbelievable. Their rotation has been unbelievable so far. And Blake Snell.
And we expected this. Oh, really?
Yeah.
2 years ago, we expected the Padres to be back this year with all these aces that they went out and spent to sit last year. So it's good to see that some of those dividends that they paid are paying off now. It's a nice catch. So we'll see how it goes. NL West.
Dodgers. Angels, I should say, at number 8. God, I just want them to be good this year.
For real.
Let Ohtani and Trout stay healthy all year. I want to see how that goes. Let them fight each other for MVP. It'd be fantastic. The Rays at number 9, 15-10. And I feel like they're just always going to be there. I don't think they're as good as they are last year. But they're always going to be there because of the Rays, and they're going to turn some no-name player into, Derek Jeter for 2 years, and then they're going to trade him. Everyone's going to be like, why would you trade away a great player? and then he's going to go to a different team and be terrible. It just doesn't make sense what they do. I don't know how they do it. We round out the top 10, though, with the Cardinals at 14-10. Nolan Arenado off to a very, very good start this season. Good for him. I always like Nolan Arenado. I don't know why.
I don't either.
Like, we've only been a Cardinal for like 2 years.
Do what?
I've been a Cardinal for like 2 years.
I know. I just
Can't
don't
hate him that much. And then we'll run through the rest of these because that is the top 10. That's the important stuff. The Twins at 11. Obviously, playing very well right now. How was I about to say the Texans? Astros at number 12. Look at that. Mike, you saw that? Your former manager, Mr. Dusty Baker.
I know.
2,000 wins.
2,000. Congratulations to him, too, because I do owe him an apology, which I've said on the show before. When he was a Reds manager, I didn't think he would ever get us over the hump. I want to say it's 2013 or 15. He got us to the playoffs. We were up 2-0 over the Giants, who he went on to manage as well. And then we lost 3 straight, and Dusty was fired thereafter.
He's
and
never touched that success ever again.
And now he's got a ring.
No, he doesn't.
With Houston? No, he doesn't.
Not yet, Michael.
Not yet.
Honestly,
We thought last year. We thought last year it was almost given.
Hate to say it. Love Dusty as a guy, but I hope he never gets one because he's the Astros head coach.
That's right. Head coach, that was just weird. He's
manager, whatever. Look at that. The Braves, 12-15. Now, exciting news, though, because Acuna's back. And baseball is more fun when Ronald Acuna Jr. is playing baseball.
Mm-hmm.
But I think they'll turn it up. I'm not – listen, they were bad in the first half last year and, kind of went on to win a World Series. So don't panic, people. It's early in baseball still. Mariners, 12-13. They are at 14. You like what?
The Mariners. I like this team. They're still young. They're still new players as well. So I still say watch out for that team. I don't think they win the West now, but they're not the – well, I'm saying – yeah, well, I was looking at who I've got. I've got the Mariners to win it, but the Angels, if they keep it up, I don't think the Mariners can catch them. But we're 27 games into it. I think I'm looking too much into it.
Marlins, 12-12. I want them to be good so bad. I really
Everyone does. That poor stadium. It's such a beautiful stadium.
Well, not only that, but I just like them. Like, I don't know why. I feel like they've just always been a likable team. Like, there's never been a time where I've been like, damn, I really hate the Marlins.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe it's because they've always been bad, but it's also just like, I don't know.
But even when they won the World Series, we still thought they were bad. I don't know how.
I don't really remember that. So
I think it was 2001, but
there were no old, Michael.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
A year old.
I was in high school.
Look at that. Old as dirt these days. Phillies 11-14. They have definitely not done what they were supposed to do. That offense hasn't really done much. Very bad defensive team as well, very, very bad. There's not really a way to make that much better, so it'll be interesting to see if they can turn it up and play as good as we thought. White Sox struggling right now, 11-13, but like I said, they are very, very hurt right now.
Prone, yeah, because that's my World Series team. I got White Sox and Philly.
Oof. Not looking good for either right now, Michael.
No.
Rockies a little surprising, 14-10.
They're not. I mean, they did play a series with the Reds, so take some of those with a grain of salt.
But still, the fact that they were above 500, we thought this was a very bad team. So good for them. Red Sox will love to see down in 19, 10, 15. I hope they lose forever. Look at that. Red Sox offense struggled to gain traction, hitting 231. Ugh. As a team so far, disgusting.
I can't.
And Trevor Story only batting 221. I'm just saying. Trevor Story hasn't been that great. Correa hasn't been amazing. Yankees might have done the best thing getting IKF. I'm just saying. I got to sneeze again.
What?
Oh, sorry.
Bless you.
Couldn't mute it that time. Couldn't mute
it. What if the only reason Boston was good last year is because the balls were juiced?
I wouldn't be.
Because, the Yankees-Boston rivalry, it's definitely great primetime baseball. I mean, I'm just saying, because we knew that it was juiced during that game.
Stadium, the Yankees would have won that wild card game, too, because Stanton had 2 home runs taken away from that ugly-ass green monster.
You know what? I'm sorry. I'm watching on YouTube highlights of baseball, and it went so far back now that they're showing a highlight from the Field of Dreams game. And you know what's sad? Is the Reds are supposed to play in that game this year.
Yeah, Michael, you know what we like to call that?
Trash?
No. We like to call that a tough life.
For who? To me.
Every single Red Sox. I'm looking at the screen still. Every single Red fan, and honestly, everybody who watches baseball, because Field of Dreams game was very fun last year. Now we got to watch the Reds.
Yeah.
I think they should cancel it and change about let the Yankees play there again.
Well, I don't think it should be Yankees. I think it should be other players or other teams, but I don't think the Reds should have that game.
I think the Mets and the Yankees should play there. Could you imagine a Subway Series game in the Field of Dreams
in Iowa?
Yeah, okay. The Yankees played there last year. Isn't that not weird?
Well, they played the White Sox.
Who are the Reds?
We're playing St. Louis, our rivals.
So why isn't that weird?
It is. But, at least St. Louis is in Illinois, which is right next to Iowa. It's at least close teams, the White Sox. But I think every team should play in it. But Yankees already played in it, so they should play in it. I think, if anything, it should be like a Philly Mets.
I'm not against it. Kyle Schwarber loves playing against the
Mets. Let's have Dodgers Angels.
I would like that.
This would be the year for that, too.
Oh, God, I got to see it again? Really? This is what we're doing?
What's that? Oh. It's so weird hearing you on my phone. Oh, goodness.
I tried. I couldn't press the button.
It's okay.
I have to put my phone over here. Too much stuff in the way. All right. Let's go down to the Guardians at number 20. Jose Ramirez is unbelievable. I'm kind of sad that they signed him to a long-term deal, because that means he has to be on the team and, not playing for somebody who's actually relevant, which is a tragedy. But, hey, you know what? He got his money. Good for him. The Cubs, 9-15.
You think he gets traded?
I don't think he'll get traded this year, just because he just signed the contract and it'll make them look bad. But there is no way that he spends 5 years there. No way.
No, I don't think so either.
Cubs at number 21, 9-15. Obviously struggling here, just a little bit. Athletics, 10-15. Honestly, the fact that they're even 10-15 after trading away everybody, kind of impressive. Mm-hmm. Diamondbacks, 13-13. Another team that we thought was going to be very bad, and they are very bad. But hey, sitting at 500, almost impressive.
I mean, 500 is decent, really.
Exactly. The Tigers, 8-15. Miggy with his 3,000th hit.
Mm-hmm.
Congratulations. We got the Rangers, 10-14. Michael, have you seen that though? Marcus Semien, terrible. He's batting like 221, 0 home runs.
Went 1 for 19 over a 7-day span. Whew.
0 home runs though, after hitting 45 last year.
I guess we can at least say that the Blue Jays knew what they were doing.
I mean, hey, it's apparently looking like it, because he certainly isn't living up to that contract, I'll tell you that. Kansas City at number 26. Tough
Bobby Witt Jr.
He's struggling. A lot of these young kids are struggling. Baseball is a very tough game, by the way. Although I did see Julio Rodriguez, I want to say, has been playing a lot better recently. I think he's on a little bit of a streak here in the last 10 games. He's batting in the threes. I think has a couple home runs. So
who does he play with? Is that Mariners?
I think it's the Mariners, yeah.
Okay, I think so.
Pittsburgh, 10-14. I mean, listen, honestly, 27-28, the Orioles, Nationals at 29.
And we can stop there.
And
that's the end of it.
30.
That's the end of it.
Look at that. The Reds broke a long losing streak, then promptly began another one, getting swept by the Padres and Rockies. The Reds compiled a 9.55 ERA in their last 6 games. Michael, I just feel bad. Feel bad for you. I really do. I don't know what else to say. Michael, do you have anything else for this show, though? Because it's just, I feel bad, you know? You look disheveled.
It's hard to be a Reds fan. I had a buddy of mine that I went to college with. He put on social media that he was just done with them, and I was like, made a comment or whatever. He's like, no, like for real, I will not pay another dime to go and watch them for the rest of my life. I'm like, nothing's going to change if we all continue to going, but I am probably going to take my son to a June game because they play in the Nationals, and old boy would like to try to get one Soto's autograph if possible.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm thinking differently with this year's team.
Michael, you might be able to buy tickets for $1 and then just sit right behind home plate. Nobody's going to be there anyway.
I mean, you never know. You never know.
I hope you get the autograph. Hey, if you do, bring 2 baseballs. Get me one.
There you go. But shout out to the woman, slips my mind, it happened earlier this week, we put on Twitter, becoming the first woman to start in a in a professional baseball game. She batted 9th for the team, played, I think, left field.
Also pitched.
Or Lindsay, I think was her first name. Cannot remember.
As well.
Oh, did she?
I think she only faced one batter, got him to fly out to center.
That's okay. But I think it's awesome how baseball is kind of being, to me, the front runner for women's movement. We had a lady with the Marlins take over in front office some, and then we had another lady that was actually
Rachel Blackowitz. Something is the manager for the Yankee low A affiliate.
Okay. So I mean, that's awesome.
And then, Michael, you know, a nice, beautiful, heartfelt moment up there in Toronto. You saw, I know you saw that video. Judge hits a home run.
Oh yeah.
The Toronto fan, you know, catches
it. That's what
baseball's
all about.
Immediately hands it to the kid, and the kid lost it. Just started crying.
He really did.
Right in the stranger's arms. Next day, gets to meet Judge on the field.
Did he?
Yeah, next day he met Judge.
That's awesome.
Also, the fan that gave him the ball, he got to go down there as well. He got a signed George Springer jersey.
Not Judge.
Well, I mean, he's a Blue Jay fan.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah.
I didn't realize it was in Toronto, but that's pretty cool.
I mean, he got to meet Judge, too.
Right. That's awesome.
Yeah. It's moments like that baseball should really highlight. And, you got to immediately turn that into a commercial. Immediately.
Oh, yeah. Here's my thing. And I know there's probably no way that you could really do this, but I would love to see baseball to almost be a whole evening thing. I know they have their families that they have to be with, and I 100% respect that and want them to honor that. But how cool would it be if these baseball fields would open up 3 hours before the game, and they just got to go out there and pass with the MLB players? All kids got to go down front, ticket or no ticket, or at least down to that section where they could be for the first 2 hours that they could interact. Even if these players don't sign anything, just to talk to them, what position you play for your little league team, and you know that these young kids would be like, oh my goodness, that was one of the greatest moments of my life.
Respectively, screw those young kids, because I would do the same thing.
I would too, but I'm just saying, if the young kids could do that, that would
no, I get what you mean. No, that's
movement.
Another thing I've always loved about Judge too is you'll see him in the outfield, especially at Yankee Stadium because of the short portion he plays right field. He'll warm up sometimes with somebody in the stands.
Right.
So
if I was a professional athlete, I would be a fan favorite, I think, because I would always try to tend to the kids, because that's what that's who really is paying you, not the kids, but those moments. That's why you play professionally, to have those interactions, I think.
Well, Michael, and the other thing too is I've never understood. I don't know how it is for the Reds, but I've gotten to Yankee games, 2 hours, an hour early, and it's never home BP. It's always the away team by the time the gates open.
Yeah.
Why? The home team is there anyway. Why wouldn't you let the gates open while the home team is taking.
Can you imagine how many fans
as well
would run out there to home field or to the home run area?
Oh, like I'd be out there in a millisecond.
But
like
I
Zach
guess
Campbell, pushing kids out of the way.
Oh my goodness! Listen, I love watching his show. It's super boring, but I love to just watch it and see how he does it. Yeah, I definitely love his camera guy who actually tried to get on the show one time. Fenway Bob, I think it is. Fenway.
Yeah, what happened to that, Michael? Come on.
He wanted to come on during January when baseball wasn't going, and that's when I kind of was dealing with some COVID issues and totally forgot about it. So it's on me. But I did message him and said, "Hey man, sorry, life got busy." He said, "Yeah, it's picking right back up for me. We're going on the road, but we chat all like nothing's different." So I think he'll come on whenever we get a chance.
Well, Michael,
there's so much more that baseball could do for publicity. I think just to promote itself. I know I'm not wrong. I'm always right.
I wouldn't go that far.
But
I have nothing else for the show. Do you?
Just that. Thank you guys all for joining. Check out the Twitter page, Backstop Banter. Check out us on podcast. There we go. Couldn't think of it. All the podcasts. That's Apple Pod. That's Spotify. Everything you name it, we have it. Thanks to Connie. Thank you so much. And thank you all, everyone that joined in on Colorcast. Thank you, everyone that watched on YouTube, watched on Facebook, Twitter, anything that we have on that. We appreciate everything. Check my show out, Count the Bucket, on Sunday at 9:30 p.m. Eastern Time with the playoffs going on. So much content we got going on. Me and CJ, your boy CJ, as you say, for a hard count. Me and him went duo on in our last episode, and it was a lot of fun. It was just we talked about referees because the whole Draymond Green, the situation, how he's been talking about how he got kicked out if he'd done stuff, or he's talking about his attitude, how it's almost set. So we got to talk about a lot of stuff like that. That's a lot of fun. How about you?
Listen, as for me, Generational Sports, that is on Mondays at 7 Eastern. Me and Josh talk a little bit about everything, MMA, football, basketball, pop culture. Listen, we do it all over there because, well, we like to have a good time. Tuesdays, have the hard count me and my guy CJ. It's kind of like this show, everybody, except it's a football version. So everything over there in the football world, we got you covered. You no needs to go anywhere else. That's Tuesdays at 9 Eastern. And then obviously Michael said it already, but I'll say it again. Thursdays, 9 Eastern, Backstop Banter. Me and Michael are here covering everything in the baseball world. We got you. Listen, if you want us to cover any topics, let us know over there on the Twitter.
Boom. Hit us
obviously.
In the DMs on Twitter.
Interact as well. Listen, all those shows I just said as well, available on Apple Podcasts, iHeartRadio, Spotify. Listen, if you got a podcast somewhere, we're available on there as well. So make sure you go listen, leave us a rating, leave us a nice little review, a comment, whatever. And ow, my hair is stuck in my chain. That hurts. With all that being said, Michael, I had fun. I know you had fun. But we'll have to catch you on the next episode. Where are you calling timeout?
Timeout, yes. I just want to give a quick shout out to Dalton Cornett, our guy who plays for Savannah down there, or he plays for the Party Animals. They're doing their all-star stuff right now, and actually he is a banana for the all-stars that he's going on. And actually on the team, on the roster that he's released out of some of the rosters they got, Johnny Gomes is on that team who used to play for the Reds. So I'm actually kind of stoked about that. So shout out to that and good luck to him.
Well, with that being said, everybody, we will catch